choose the right database, because we know that MongoDB is not performing well. So in order to choose the right database, we just want to understand, they want to understand their problems and their requirements. Okay, the problems with the current solution and their requirements. So the first thing they found out that our reads are extremely random, and then read to write ratio is also 50 to 50. Okay, the second thing is the voice chat servers, means where we used to do the voice chat, they have very less messages. I mean, mostly in a year it will amount to only 1,000 messages. And as a result, what will happen, there will be, these data will be not in the cache, so they have to do the disk eviction. Okay, so that is the problem. The third case is whatever the private channels, private text chat, Discord servers, they are I mean, they have also pretty decent data. For them it reaches about 100,000 to 1 million messages a year. Okay, and also they found out the pattern that they only ask for recent messages. Okay, but again, see but again the problem is that the rate of request is very less for getting the data. As a result, what happens that even these chats are not in the disk cache, so again they have to brought into the disk cache. So we will see how, why they are not in the disk cache. The main case is like this: when they are doing for large public Discord servers, they send a lot of messages and easily racks up millions of messages within a year. Okay, and they are also accessing the data which are most recent, mostly within which are within 1 hour. So as a result, what happens, most of the data end up in the disk cache. Now you find out, now you can think, right? For the large public Discord servers, most of the data is already in the cache. But for these two, voice chat servers and private text chat servers, as a result, since the disk cache is full, mostly it will not be in the disk cache. So you have to take out from the disk cache. Okay. So basically you have to put into the disk cache. Okay. Now the third thing is that Discord servers, they have very random reads. Okay, the few examples is you can access last 30 days previous mens where you have been mentioned, or the pinned messages. They also provide search, I mean text based search, which is again, once you search you have to go through the entire data, and once you select some data, then you have to randomly go somewhere else. And apart from that, pinned messages is also there. Let's say you pinned a message 6 months back, and someone wants to see that pinned message again, so that all these kind of are random access. Okay, and the other thing is the other thing is that they also want to add more ways of adding, I mean, features where you might need to do a random reads. Okay, now these are the problems they are facing. Now we want to define the requirements. So these are the requirements. So basically they want to say that I want to have a linear scalable and low maintenance. Linear scalability means, let's say they have added a node. Now they don't want to do the sharding, and they just don't want to go into that, do a vertical sharding, do a horizontal sharding for all those things for getting the scalability. Okay, I just want to keep a single node, and then as the requirement comes, we will just add up the more horizontal nodes so that it can horizontally scale up. Okay, and these two talk about these things. Linear scalability talks about I don't want to shard, and this talks about once you set up, we should basically, they want to do only horizontal scaling. Now at automatic failover, so they say that I mean, the most of the things they want to automate, so that I mean, if anything happens outside the working hours, the Discord server should be able to self heal. Okay. The other thing is like proven to work. Proven to work means, as the traditional database does not support a big such a big requirement. So that's where they are saying that I want to use the latest technologies as well, but not the latest one which are not yet which are not yet have been proved to scale up to that. Then also they have their predictable performance. They have their, I mean, requirement like that if 5% of their total APIs request of APIs are responding after 80 millisecond, or within the threshold of from 80 millisecond to more, then they have alert. Okay, so that's what they are saying, that if our API response time of 95 percentile goes above 80 millisecond, that only means 5% means 95th percentile means 5% are above 80 millisecond. Okay, and also they don't want to cache the message in Redis or Memcache. Okay, and also I don't want to use a blob store, because if you see that if you are serving such a large amount of data, then for blob store you need to serialize and deserialize, and as a result it won't be possible to write to write and read such a thousands of messages within a second. Okay, and also they are saying we don't want to consider open source in the sense that we don't want to depend upon that community. Okay, so that's what they are saying, we believe in controlling our own destiny. So even if they want to use open source, so they will do the changes as per their requirement. Okay, and after looking out all these things, their problems and their requirements, they found out Cassandra was the only database at that point of time which were fulfilling their requirement. So they can just add up more nodes as per the requirements. And they have also seen that Netflix and Apple are already using this and adding thousands of Cassandra nodes. Okay, so that's why they thought let's go with this.